Welcome everybody to another live edition of Heel Heat. It is the Capture Backlash, and me, Paulinho, with a special guest, like always, Wrestling with Honey. We hope you saw
What's
her
up?
on her earlier show.
I'm
Here
sorry,
with
y'all.
your.
Hey,
He's
I'm
like,
comfortable.
pardon
It's
me.
it's late. I'm
He said, excuse me, but this is past my curfew, but I'm still here.
listen. I'm here, right? I'm
I
here.
feel you.
That's what y'all get. I'm here.
I love it. I love it. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
You ready? Ready for some shenanigans?
You know, I think the shenanigans might have to wait a couple of months because this feels really shenanigan-less. Like
I
this
don't
feels
What?
like
know.
it's probably gonna be one of the most dry pay-per-views outside of like two matches, three
I
matches
feel
maybe
you.
I can think of.
I feel you on that, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It was pretty loud in there. It was pretty loud in
No,
there
no,
tonight.
I think the atmosphere is going to be amazing, but I think the card is going to be cheeks. I feel like this is one of those like D-list cards that is going to be elevated to like a C plus, a B because of the crowd. And I think Triple H has a plan brewing because I know they canceled specific certain story related plans because of injuries. So I think this is probably where they're going to pull it off. I don't know what they're going to do with it after,
Hmm.
but I think this is around the time they're going to do it. So we'll see.
No, something's a brewing. There's
Mm-hmm,
something brewing.
mm-hmm.
There's something brewing, and I feel like it's in front of our faces. We just don't know exactly what that is yet. Like we don't have a focal point. You know what I'm saying? Like it just feels like everything's a little bit of everywhere. And like,
Yeah, it
what
feels.
do you want to focus on? You want to focus on Damian Priest and his title reign, or do you want to focus on CM Punk and Drew, or do you want to focus on Cody and AJ, or do you want to focus on? It's kind of like there's things pulling at you from everywhere, and that's including NXT. Every week, there's just been something to talk about, and like things are just like getting thrown at us for some reason.
Let,
But
let,
It,
let's let, let's
it
just say
feels like
when.
it feels like post Endgame. Like that's all I can say. It feels like post.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this Tuesday with Wesley just showing up, like.
Oh, hello. Oh
Hey,
my
bro,
God.
listen, I don't
Yo.
even care that it was random. I'm like, my boy, I'm just thankful that because again, they were talking about this one could have been it for him. Because again, back injury, like severe back injury. Your man cut the timeline in half, got cleared, came back.
Your boy couldn't even walk before he left.
Bro,
Barely. It
your
was
man
crazy.
literally had to limp out. And then he comes back to just a Valley of the Giants. Like, with all the confidence and swagger in the world, my biggest thing has always been like, bro, why are we keeping him out of the NXT title picture? Like, why are we doing Wesley like this? Why are we doing that? And I feel like if they call him up, no lie, to me it's like they need to have a pay-per-view match for that speed title with Wesley and Ricochet. I don't care that it's 3 minutes. I don't care that it's 5 minutes. I need to see that somewhere else outside of Twitter.
You
Like
can't.
that
You
needs to be
cannot
a
give
match.
them 3 minutes. You can't. Those two, that match between those two will be so hot flying so fast. You need enough time to let them do their thing. You know what I mean? You give them like a 10, 15-minute match at least.
What are you gonna
You
call
do
it? A
it.
speed Iron Man match?
Nah, you just do a regular match. You don't like.
I'm just talking about because if you want to elevate that speed title and you want to really make people like watch for that and really get on Twitter to do that, you have to showcase it as if it's something that important and can't just have it be like, oh no, he's a speed champion, but Wesley's not going to go after his title. That doesn't make sense. You have to make his title feel as important as the level of match that you want them to have. Even if we don't care about the title, because I'm not on X. I don't care. But the fact that Ricochet now has that title, because again, I've always wanted to see Ricochet wrestle Johnny Gargano. I would have to join X to see that now. You can't see it anywhere because it's not on any of the other socials. So like,
Stupid.
You get what I'm saying? Like, but they're forcing you to make a decision, which is I can respect the marketing of it because they're forcing you to be like, no, the only way you're gonna see this is if you catch us at this time on X. That's it.
Yeah.
We're not posting it anywhere. You're not gonna be able to see it later. It's here and that's it. And it's like that's how you, if you want to create that lane, you have to force the issue. But yes, no, I do want them to have a 15-20 minute banger. Don't get me wrong. But I just think for their style, for what they do, that is the perfect venue to do that. But yes, Wesley's back. You had the Obafemi trick face off that they didn't put on TV. And I'm like,
I don't know why they didn't do that.
what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? But yeah, no, and it's inevitable. Like, we knew it was going to happen. Because it's like, okay, the fact that we all knew Trick had to have a title reign, we never said how long it needed to be.
Yeah.
Like, Trick does not need to be in NXT for another year and a half. Like, I give it as a year because I think his call up should be at the Royal Rumble next year. Like, you have to save that one. Like, you really got to save that one, but you don't want to save it so much that you extend his title reign too long and you kind of hinder the talent. So you kind of got to let the rest of the roster shuffle out before you kind of look at what your options are to be like, okay, who's actually going to take the title off of Trick? Which is why you can't really pull the trigger on Oba yet, because Oba is not built to be NXT champion right now. He's not nearly as good of a wrestler as he needs to be.
Yeah.
And since now you've taken Dijak away, like you really don't have any tent poles really in NXT. Like NXT has to figure its own stuff out. But we're not here to talk about NXT. But this is just, again, going back to what Honey said. There's so much going on that you can just pick and choose. I just personally think this card is it's almost like a palate cleanser from WrestleMania, because it's like, all right, this is a pay-per-view. We're going to give you one. It's going to be good, but we need to cool down off of WrestleMania. Like, we're not just keeping you with that.
It's so funny you say this because I mentioned this while I was live. I swear to God, I used literally the words palate cleanser. Like,
It's
I
what it is.
used it.
Like,
And
this is
feels
the people.
like it is, but it also feels like maybe there's going to be something bigger that happens that we just can't see just yet. You know,
It
like,
depends on what you
it's
consider
like,
big. Because I think I know what it is, but it depends on if you consider it big or not.
It's called Backlash.
Right.
You know, it's literally aftermath of WrestleMania, the backlash of WrestleMania. There's going to be so many elements and so many variables to consider. But
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna go with this one. Right? I'm gonna just shoot it right now.
Okay.
Who was the last match that Bray Wyatt had?
LA Knight.
LA Knight.
Where the storyline kind of went crazy. It was Randy Orton.
Yes.
At Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who has the match at tomorrow's Backlash?
Randy Orton.
Not LA. Exactly.
Here's my thing. I think you're aiming in the right direction, but the shooter is wrong, and you're aiming at the wrong target.
I think everybody's a freaking target, man.
Yeah, it can go. Honestly, it can go anywhere. Like
we've discussed this.
Yeah, it can go a lot of ways. But the reason I'm saying this is because I remember when they were doing the whole storyline with Alexa Bliss and everything. It was getting good, and then you had that moment where like, why is Randy in white trunks? That made no sense. Then you had Bray Wyatt come out the way he did, and then you had Alexa, and then that whole thing with her coming out in black and the whole goo.
That was
weird.
So it was so good.
It was good. And Alexa's hanging. So
it looked
my
amazing.
thing, my thing is like the way I'm looking at it, booking wise, is you have Uncle Howdy come, and he goes like the last match that Bray had was with LA Knight, but I need to fix something with Randy first because there was something that was unsettled that happened with Randy. So I need to take care of that first before I start going after LA Knight. Something of that sort, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say you already got him talking too much. You already got him talking too much, bro. At
I
this
mean,
point,
everybody's a target. Everybody's a
Yeah,
freaking target.
it's just
no,
it's a matter
I'm
of
not. I'm
who.
not saying that. But what I'm saying is, like, if your Big Swerve is the Randy match, I think the best thing you can do is less is more. So it's like in the middle of the match, and it again, this is if Alexa's cleared. Like that's my thing. Sis had a baby. I don't know what her body's like. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
They keep hinting at the Wyatt 6, and the Wyatt 6 makes sense. If they've re-signed Dexter Loomis, and we wouldn't know unless they wanted us at this point. So I think to slowly build towards the 6, you come back with the most notable one, not just Uncle Howdy, but you have Alexa come back out in the crown. Then you have her come back out in the goo and in the crown. And it's like she'll just stand on like the commentary desk. And that just scares the shit out of Randy. To where Randy freaks out. And then they lose because Randy is like, what is going on? And then next thing you know, lights go out again. She's gone. Like it's something real quick, simple, and it's just gonna mess with everybody because now everybody's gonna be like, okay, we know what's coming. Like we know that they're coming.
Well,
Oof.
go ahead.
I feel like
You know what I'm saying?
no, I feel you,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's all gonna be Howdy's gonna be the first. Howdy's got to be the first that we see. I don't know if anybody else just yet, even though there are female figures in today's QR code. I don't know if anybody saw it, but that shit
I
popped
didn't
up
see it.
again. It popped up during LA Knight's match, ironically.
Oh yeah, I was half watching that. My bad. I was watching the playoffs.
Nah, but
Not
nah,
the
but it's
playoffs.
nah. I feel you, but yeah, and considering that. I mean, considering that in the QR code, the picture that popped up was a figure of like a female in a white lace covering. You couldn't see her face, couldn't see anything, and in a room full of candles. Hold on, let me see where's that message? I know I saw it, and I'm gonna read it right here. Hold on, here we go. Yeah,
So it was supposed to be Sister
it was,
Abigail.
but it's
That's
white,
nice.
which is ironic. She's wearing white instead of black. So I thought of Sister Abigail, but I'm like, could it be? And it was during a commercial. It stopped like a whole commercial and it paused it. And this is like, all right, hold on. Oh no, I can't stop it, but it's like a really weird image.
Oh yeah. I've seen that one.
Wait, go back.
And the words says, our pain became his. We were reborn when he opened his arms to us because we believed. Now
Mm-hmm.
you already know. And then it goes into this thing, right? Where it shows a whole bunch of words and it says we believe because we believe because we believed. Apparently it like flashed so fast that but somebody must have screenshotted it. But
Somebody trigger
one of the
fingers, bro.
words said believed. Everything else said believed, but there was one O in one of those believed. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I mean, I know that image is exactly what the QR code led to for tonight, but yeah, I think Howdy's going to be the first because obviously the believed thing is like now you're taking that and running with it and incorporating Wyndham's mastermind behind it too to continue that story, like have him like move on like as an entity in the story, which would be pretty insane.
Yeah. One thing you can do is you can go KO and Randy win, and as they're heading back, they're up the ramp because now they're doing the short ramps, not doing long ones. So
Nah, this one's pretty long, fam.
Is it really?
This one is like it's the turn. It's like the Royal Rumble turn. Mm-hmm. This one's pretty long.
Okay, so if it stays the same, you can have it before they make that turn. The light goes out, and you're like, what the hell? And then all you see is a spotlight, and it's Uncle Howdy, and he just points at Randy. And then light goes out, boom, everybody comes in, and Howdy's gone. And that's all you see.
I mean, again,
I'm
I
going
think
with the
it just
less is more, like you said. Like you said, less is more.
It just has to be. It has to be quick. Like it can't be something that's because you don't want to overdo it and then like overpromise almost. You just want a little hint because at the end of the day, we don't even know if all the pieces are set yet. They're like doing all these pieces, but we don't know if all the pieces.
It has to hit the same way CM Punk hit.
Yeah.
Because people were excited by the end of it because, you know, Randy and shit. But nobody would have predicted that his music would have actually played that night, even though we were messing around and saying that, oh, he might show up if he shows up. But he actually did. And that shit, like, just slapped us. So, if they do a Howdy appearance like that, like, just show him really quick, like, I don't know, dog. I don't know, but that's neither here nor there because they're against the bloodline. The bloodline got nothing to do with that. I feel like that match could lead. Since do you guys want to go into that match? Is that even the main event?
I was gonna say I don't know where in the card we are at this point, but
let's start with that match because that's the one we're talking about now. Because I don't think that's gonna be the last match at all.
Okay.
No.
Well, either way, I feel like no matter what, by the end of this match, we're gonna see the debut of Jacob Fatu.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't think it's this match.
I feel like it's a possibility.
If it's not tomorrow at Backlash, it'll be on Raw.
No. What I'm saying is, I think it's tomorrow. I don't think it's that match. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. You're pointing in the right direction, but you got the wrong person behind the trigger, and you got the wrong target. Again, if you look at, it's the same thing. It's along the Wyndham line, but if you follow the breadcrumbs, think about it. Actions have consequences. Actions have consequences. The first person that dealt with their consequences was Jimmy for losing. Jay still not paid his just due for kicking Roman in the face and breaking the bloodline and breaking from the bloodline initially anyway. So I think, and again, it's always Jimmy that's costing Jay his title shots. I think tomorrow it's Jacob that cost Jay the match against Damian.
Okay.
And it's one of those situations where like they have to slow play now the reuniting of the Usos because Jimmy's out with an undisclosed injury. So we don't really know when they're going to come back, but you have to lay the roots for them. Like you need to give Jay a reason to then come back and come at the new bloodline. And
then when Jimmy's back from injury,
because again, it seems like they're giving Jimmy until Roman comes back, and Roman doesn't come back until the Friday before SummerSlam. There's going to be no Roman until then, and they have to. And again, if you're going to bring Jacob in, it's going to make more sense if Jacob attacks Jay. It doesn't make sense for Jacob to help Solo and those guys. It doesn't make sense. They're already handling their own. Yeah. And again, you keep hearing Paul Heyman say, I don't know who's running the bloodline. I don't know what's going on. And when they asked him who's the real tribal chief, he's still not answering.
No, he's not.
He's not. Now, mind you, technically, Jacob is the oldest of the group. So if anyone would have a gripe to call themselves the tribal chief, it would be Jacob, not Solo.
Also, there's also speculation that The Rock could be the one pulling the strings.
But again, if you're gonna put your plan into the hands of whoever, you're gonna trust the oldest one, not the youngest one or the middle child. Like you're not gonna trust the baby to do it.
Yeah.
You have to. To me, I'm thinking like that's when they strike with the Jacob thing because I think it was supposed to happen already, but with Jimmy actually being hurt, they're like, we can't do that now. But Backlash is small enough that like you're not really messing with any storylines, but it's also big enough where, again, you're costing Jimmy his world title shot.
Yeah.
You're now showing the full strength of the bloodline, and you have to kind of hint at where Paul Heyman's loyalty lies. because it could very well be Paul Heyman that's pulling all the strings, and no one's talking about that.
Yeah.
So I think the Jacob swerve comes in the world heavyweight title match. Because again, as much as, and notice, Damian keeps pushing away the Judgment Day. So even if Damian's attacked, they're not really going to come and help him. And Damian's whole thing is, this ain't my business. I'm going to take my win and I'm going to get the out of here.
Right.
He's not going to be a Drew. He's not going to sit up there and stay around and all that. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my win. And that's the thing. It may not even end in a clean contest, which to me is almost better, because if you no contest it, then you can't sit up here and say Jay blew his shot at the title, because he didn't. He got screwed again. And this time he didn't even take the pin.
And it wasn't even his twin brother. It was his.
It's not his twin. It's still his family, but it's not his twin.
That's crazy.
So again, Damian gets off scot-free. Damian can then move on to Drew if they want to start to build Drew or whomever else, or build towards Money in the Bank, or whatever you want to do. Or you can even do the dissension into the Judgment Day where Finn starts to step up. You can go in a bunch of different directions with that.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you have to find a way to, because again, when Cody left and Cody did that thing with Jay to say, hey, this is the guy, the next logical step would be like, okay, that's the guy that's going to challenge Damian. But if you now sideline him with his own issues, now you have a long-term reason why Jay can't go after that title. So that when you have Jay back and all that other stuff, and they're like, oh, we're going to reunite, blah, blah, Jay's like, I got business I got to handle. Like, I'm with you. We still good, but understand, I've grown up. I'm not little Jay anymore. We're not going to do this whole tag team and then Roman gets a title and I'm trying to do my own shit. Right. And then that's the point where you can have Jay still be a babyface and have the bloodline actually support him.
But what about
and that
Roman?
doesn't mean, and again, you can have Roman give him like the Undertaker John Cena thing of like, tap the title like good shit. Like I know you had a good fit.
I think the thing is that we're going to see a bloodline civil war, pretty much.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But again, the stuff I'm talking about is like post Civil War. Like once the blood is shed and the bloodline that we know have gone babyface and they go up against the evil bloodline and blah blah blah, yada yada yada, and everybody's elevated and all this other stuff. Because now, then at that point, you have 3, 4, 5 more title contenders. Then you can put the title on Jay. Because then he's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna circle back. Like we not. Don't act like I forgot about this. Because at that point, then you would have cycled through another 2 or 3 champions. Seth will still be back at that point. Right. And then you can give Jay the actual run that he deserves, because then he has multiple contenders that he can then go through and you can legitimize him.
Yeah.
Like, don't do him like Kofi and just be like, oh, we're gonna throw you back in the tag team. Like, nah. Jay still needs that singles title run. But I think it starts with Jacob attacking Jay and making it, because again, it's still Solo making, because remember, Solo hugged Jimmy and said, you're my brother, I love you. I can see Solo doing the same thing, but it's after Jacob and Tunga hot Jay. And then he does the whole, you're my brother, I love you. And you can have a situation where now you're booking Jay versus Solo, Jay versus Jacob, and it's everybody else is kind of scattered. So now Jay really doesn't have his family. So now you really get the whole lone wolf. I don't care against my family. I still smack shit out of half of y'all. Like, y'all not my twin. We ain't grow up like I did with Roman. Like, we about to knuckle the fuck up. I don't even, because notice when they asked him about it, he was like, I don't even know them people. Like, I don't know them like that. Like, the fuck? You're gone, Paul. Paul, where's the voice? Oh, okay.
I think the whole thing with The Rock maybe being the new tribal chief kind of lent a little bit, because if you look at Tama Tonga, he's not really part of the family, but he is, because that's Haku's. Okay, so the story with him, he's not Haku's biological son, but Haku literally raised him, so he's like a son to him, but he calls him his son, from what I heard about it. So he's Haku's son, we'll say. But yet Haku is not really directly linked to it, but The Rock calls him his uncle out of love for everything. So the way I'm going is Tama Tonga literally is by The Rock's side. He's not a Noe. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And Jacob Fatu, I think, will follow in that sort of frame. Because remember, like I said, when they showed the family tree line, I think it was Zilla or Jacob. One of the two was missing.
I
And I was
Zilla.
like,
I
that's
think
It
Zilla.
was Zilla. It
Zilla
was
was
Zilla.
Zilla. Okay. Yeah. So Jacob was there, but Tama, I don't know if Tama was there. I have to look at it again. But this is what I'm saying though, is I think the Rock, I'm starting to lean towards that because I think with Solo being like going on that bad losing streak, it's like, what the heck, I gotta win. And I think like the Rock had a little conversation with him. We're like, look, I'll take care of you. Follow what I say. You'll start winning. You'll start doing this. I'll put you in charge while I'm away, but I'm the tribal chief. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
again,
I don't know.
he still gets the whole tribal heir thing because it's like, all right, I'm still next in line, but like I need to start winning because I can't win with them. I can't win with my brothers, so I got to
Right.
start.
I
That's what I'm saying.
definitely.
Like,
I mean, we all have to. We have to come up with a pick either way. But with that being said, I'm definitely going to be going with Tama Tonga and Solo on this one because Solo does need a win on his belt. He needs to
I
start
think both of
winning.
them.
I was saying before, it's not only the Live Revenge tour, it is also the Solo Revenge tour, and we are going to see him go at every single one of the people that he lost to. I'm more than positive of that.
Yeah,
And it begins with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
not to mention
yeah,
Kevin Owens is French Canadian, so by de facto, this is Kevin Owens' hometown, so he has to lose.
Yep, hometown heroes
yeah.
never win. We know this.
Yeah, see how
And
lose.
and the thing is, you can't have this. You can't have this bloodline lose. The way
Mm-hmm.
it's going, like you're saying, you can't have them lose. It's too early.
This ain't
Mm-hmm.
my
It's too
bloodline
early.
though. Just saying. This ain't hashtag not my bloodline. No, thank you. This ain't my bloodline. My bloodline consists of my tribal chief Roman Reigns and the rest of the crew that used to be the bloodline. That's the first bloodline. I don't know about this bloodline. That ain't my
Again,
bloodline.
I think this one is going to be clean. I think this one is going to be a clean win
Clean
because
win, yep.
everyone's expecting the swerve in this match.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's going to be clean. And I think it's
Okay.
going to be a situation where, like, unfortunately, I think Kevin does the job for Solo probably, with like Tonga taking most of the bumps and Randy
I can
getting
see
his
that.
spots and everything. But I think Kevin does the job for Solo personally.
I can see that.
All right, let's go into this match, which I think I think we were talking before we started recording. This could be the match where you actually have a title flip. The Kabuki Warriors versus Jade Cargill and
Oh yeah,
Bianca Belair.
oh yeah, light work. They got to get them titles off of them. they got
It's
to do
not
it.
even
They got to,
light work. It's slight work.
like,
Stupid
bro.
slight. It's
Not to
gonna be
mention they had
easy peasy.
they have Bianca and Jade matching. They have like they're trying to build Jade, and then it's like they did the little Bianca kind of descending back into that NXT Bianca. Like, bro, we not cool. Like y'all really messed my life up for like the last year, bro. Like I don't care if you flipped and they flipped on you. That's why they ain't got nothing to do with me, bro.
You're
And she straight says
done.
I'm gonna take them titles and be done with all y'all, not just you, not
Yep.
just them, but all y'all.
Every
And it's
single
like Jade
one.
is like, bro, you gotta like I get it. We gonna go and do our own thing, but like you gotta chill. And I think Bianca's gonna get so aggravated with, like, again, she's gonna have her thing with Jade, and it's gonna be Jade, blah blah blah. But I think Jade and Naomi are going to be the reason Bianca turns heel, because neither was here when Damage Control was doing what they were doing to Bayley, and they little too buddy key with Bayley. And Bianca ain't gonna like that. She's like, nah, we not. No, we not that, bro. Like, we not.
Ooh,
We ain't that.
we seeing a slow turn. We cooking and simmering a slow turn.
Mm-hmm.
By SummerSlam, she gonna pull a Becky on Charlotte and slap the
Yep.
shit out of her.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's gonna be a situation where like something happens where like Jade gets a title shot before Bianca or something like that, and it
Stir
just
the pot up a little bit.
Yep. And then like they could still be tag champions at that point, and then Bianca just loses it and turns on everybody. They relinquish the titles so that the titles are then free to either be done away with or revamped or whatever you're gonna do with them. But you give Jade and Bianca a solid run to at least attempt to like keep the prestige of the title or give it a level of prestige and a level of importance that it just hasn't had, and they just haven't had dynamic champions like that since Bailey and Sasha, really. But I think that because again, Bianca's right, and this is one of those where like I hate to say it, but Bianca's kind of Killmonger here, where it's like I can't get mad at you, bro, because like they really like ragdolled you for like a good year, even though you were the champion. And like they really cost you the title, like and then they injured you, so like you were then out on top of that. And I'm just supposed to come back and just because they flipped on Bailey, I'm supposed to just be cool with Shorty? Like, nah, bro, you was really like rose planting me, pulling my hair, all that other type of nonsense. We ain't just gonna be kosher and dap it up and everything gonna be cool. Nah, it's Grove Street and the ballers out here, bro. I see you. It's still on site. And that's how Bianca's really been operating, and everybody else is kind of being a buffer. But it's like I could then see Bianca flipping on Naomi, and Jade is just like, bro, you gotta chill. And then Bianca finally flips on Jade, and that's how you then have like Bianca and Naomi for like the latter half of the year, and then you build to Jade and Bianca possibly for the title at WrestleMania, and that's when you coronate Jade at 41.
This is the way. This is the way I look at it.
Here.
I mean, I don't know.
You can have them do a title run, and then you can, like you're saying, you have little tidbits with like Bianca having her little attitude like issues, but then you have like a tournament at some point to find out who's the number one contender for the title belt. Bianca loses, like you can say, in the semifinals, and Jade wins the whole thing. So Jade has a title shot. But what happens is they lose the titles at one point, and Bianca gets pinned, right? And what happens is Bianca thought that Jade was gonna come and save her, but she doesn't. So then, in the back, they go have a conversation, and like Bianca's like upset, and Jade's just chill, and Bianca's like, "You're not upset." Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't care because you got another title shot coming around, so you can have your own singles title. You don't care about this one. That's probably why you ain't even come in to help me so we can retain, because you can have your own title shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something like that in the aspect where like she's throwing in her face that literally she didn't care about the tag titles no more after she won her title shot to become a solo champion.
I get it, but I think what the story they're telling has nothing to do with the tag title specifically. And like your thing has more to do with the importance of the tag titles, and I get why you would go in that direction. But I think Bianca's run is going to be less about championships and more about like you not fitting to play me like this and think that we're cool. And if it's one of those like, if you cool with my enemy, like why are we friends? Because it's like now everybody's buddy with Bailey, and it's like, bro, she was just ragdolling on all of us, and I had to come and save a bunch of y'all, but nobody came to save me until Jade rolled around or until Bailey won the Royal Rumble. Now it's something we just supposed to be good, and I think that friction of like, especially after tonight, like really after tonight, because I don't know if you watched it or not, Paul, but like the friction was created when it's just Bianca on the apron. It was a 8-woman tag match, and Bailey's the legal person, and she needs to go into her corner to tag, but the only person there to tag was Bianca, and Bianca literally stops cold and was like, like, and Bailey's like, bro, come on, like, I'm sorry, like, come on. She's like trying to like crawl to the apron, and Bianca's just like, Like she's looking around like I don't no, like
I don't fuck with you.
yeah, like I really don't fuck with you like
Basically.
that. Like, and it's not until Jade like gets on the apron, looks at Bianca, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Gets the tag, and then Bianca's immediately back into babyface Bianca. And then they do the hot tag. They do this sick tag team move where like
Yes, it was so
Jade
good.
Jade like cleared house, hit like a pump kick, hit like
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of like her 5-6 moves that she does, and then tags in Bianca, and Bianca does a front flip onto Jade's shoulder into like a razor's edge, and then drops her neck, and Jade flips her into a moonsault on top of her opponent.
Insane.
Sickest I didn't ever seen. I'm like, bro, what? Like everybody in my house stopped was like, wait, they practicing tag team moves now? Like what? My brother's like, wait, hold on, they're matching gear? Like what is happening? I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like they about to put these titles on them, and they about to have a run of their life. I'm telling you, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make history, and they're gonna take it and run
Yeah.
it. And there's a reason why they would show us some kind of move like that, because that's that type. And I even said it on when I was doing my live stream. I even said it. I was like, that's some fucking Steiner Brothers shit. That's some like 3D shit. Like that was like their own version of a that was like their own version of a tag team move where they just do something cohesive and it just works and it just hits so good. And they made it look good too. So this is why I feel like, and I'm gonna go ahead out on a limb here and say that they're gonna be my pick to win the tag team titles, and they're definitely gonna have a nice little healthy run. We'll eventually see where their friendship and their stories transpire later on, but they're definitely gonna make history, and they're definitely gonna win those titles. So
I'll say this.
Let's go big two.
The way their tag team breaks up is gonna be reminiscent of the Rockers. I'm saying this right now.
That's
I'm sorry that's before my time and before my pay grade. I was more gonna go to like they kind of remind me of I was thinking like either Edge and Christian, or actually my brain went to DX.
No. I'm saying their breakup when the tag team breaks up is gonna be reminiscent of the Rockers.
I get you. But what I'm saying is I'm more thinking of like DX, the way DX broke up. Like one of the million times DX broke up. Because I'm looking at them as in like Shawn and Trips.
Yeah.
I see more Bradshaw for Root.
Nah.
But they didn't really ever break up, did they? I remember like they just stopped showing up together.
Well, when Bradshaw turned and became JVL.
I don't remember the breakup, bro. I
don't either.
That's one of those breakups I don't actually remember.
Jay, I'll see if I could find somebody that made it, but like when they broke up the Rockers, they had so much seating in there that if you were paying attention, like you wouldn't have known it. But like you had like Shawn Michaels literally having problems, and they were fighting in between matches, and it just flipped on it. Like it was crazy. Like everybody was like, "What the heck?" Because they were like the tag team that everybody wanted to succeed and become champions, and then like literally, Shawn Michaels put Martin through a glass window.
Oh, that's the glass That's the glass window one. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, when you said Rockers, I'm thinking like Rock and Roll Express for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah,
no. My brain went.
That was
way before.
I'm tired. Okay, that's what I said. I'm tired. My brain went way in the wrong direction.
But that's how I see their breakup going. Like kind of following that.
I know,
but I don't want to go too ahead and start breaking them up when they're doing so well together. So I'm just gonna.
No. This is like November, like Survivor Series. I'm talking like this is like Survivor Series, like Royal Rumble next year. That's what I'm saying. Let them have that run. Like let them have that amazing run. But the thing is as long as what I'm saying is, because Naomi's also a part of that, and Naomi is so close to Bayley, the run-ins with Bayley is going to keep happening. And then I think because of those run-ins with Bayley, it's going to be like, yo, why the she's still around? Like, get out my face, bro. Like, and then it's like, you're going to see Jade with her, and Jade, she's going to be like, yo, why are you fucking with this girl? Like, you mean something she did to me, bro? Like, and then they're like, bro, you got to get over it. She's like, yo, y'all wasn't here. that wasn't here when she made my life live in hell. That shit was a year ago, but no, I still don't have a world title because of this woman. Like, stop telling me to. It's one of those. I'm tired of everybody telling me to calm down. Stop telling me to calm down. I'm calm. Stop telling me to calm down. It's gonna be one of those where like, and then you're gonna hit the see, and then you know Jade ain't going back yet, and because you know Jade ain't going back down. So it's gonna be one of those where like they're champions, and then you start to see the horns start to clash because at the end of the day they're both alphas.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
But again, this is late 2024. We're still in early 2020. This is late 2024. We're talking about possibly 2025 because we could.
Yeah.
This is one of those where like if they held the titles through Mania, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. What? So we're all in agreement. They're winning the title.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't see why not. Next match.
If they don't win the titles, I'm like, you really don't care about these titles, nor do you care about the story you're building.
Nor do you care about your fans.
Yeah, because like this nobody wanted the Kabuki Warriors to win, bro. Like nobody wanted that. You did that because Kairi Sane came back, bro. Like you did that as a hey, sorry, we kind of screwed up and kind of screwed you over the first time. Here's the title. Go with it.
Consolation.
Yeah, like this is your consolation prize. Here's the title.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make you heel, even though she's like the smallest human on the face of the planet and does not read heel at all.
No,
but that's
she does. She gives me Oren Ishii.
She literally, it's one of those where like I feel like if the wind blows too hard, she's gonna fall. Like she's gonna get blown. Like she's too small. Like her trying to jump people is literally her jumping on people. Like everybody else is trying to hit people from behind. She's out here just like jumping on people. I'm like, bro, no, stop. Like whenever they tell her to, like literally, you see her like beating up somebody, and they're like, go somewhere, and she like flies halfway across. I'm like, bro, somebody put her in the gym with like with Nia Jax and like feed her some protein packs or something, because like she's too small, bro. She's Xavier Worthy, bro. Like I can't. Like she's too small. She's too small for me, bro. Anyway, I digress. What's the next match? Because
Bailey, it's Tiffy time.
Yo, you don't know how bad I want this to be a thing. Like I really want her to win the title, but I still think
we know that's not gonna happen.
It's too soon.
If you did see my interview, which I'm sure you guys did with Tiffy, because I had sent it to you. I think I did. Did I?
You sent it.
So she had mentioned that she had her eyes on Money in the Bank, and I think
which again,
it
works so well,
and it's beautiful. And then she, you know, I asked her just for fun and shits and giggles, like, would we be seeing it? You change the texture of the Money in the Bank briefcase and turn it pink with some bedazzling, and she was like, oh, absolutely. So and the fact that I heard her say that, I'm just like, oh, I'm holding on to that. I'm not gonna stop. And she's definitely gonna win that. I could totally see her doing that. But as much as I would love her to win this title, she's not going to, because the cat fight between her and Naomi is going to be so strong. Bailey's going to find her way out of it.
Yeah. So, and again, I feel like
retaining.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like even this match can further the Bianca and Jade story, because if Bailey takes advantage of Tiffany and Naomi, and Bailey rolls up Naomi, that's more ammunition for Bianca to be like, bro, she even pinned you, who she claims to be her friend, to keep her title. Like, she's not changed. She's still doing this. Like, I feel like that feeds into so many different stories. Now that you mention that, though, Tiffany Stratton, to me, and I say this in like the most non-confrontational way, she reminds me of what we wanted from Carmella. Like, we wanted her to get over first. Like, she's everything that you kind of wanted in Carmella and Mandy Rose, but it's a perfect blend of the both of them. So it's like, because she can do the Barbie, she can do the fit Barbie thing. But my brain immediately goes like, she wins Money in the Bank. I'm like Elle Woods. I'm thinking Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, where
Oh my
she just
God,
gets
yes.
really like and it's like
Yeah.
she shows you that she's super smart, but she's also still that blonde of like she's gonna nitpick and irritate you, but she's also really good and super smart. She changes it into like a law briefcase. I almost want her to walk around with a dog, swear to God. But
Oh my God. That would be
'cause I
funny.
feel like that
That
would
would be cool.
it would irritate so many people, and
Maybe,
I love
maybe
it.
for like a like around Halloween time, and they, you know
Yeah.
how they like to do their costume entrances and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But that would be pretty dope for Tiffany. I would like that for her.
I think if any, because it's like I've been trying to think about like the men's Money in the Bank is so like it's so loaded right now because it's hard to pick a person who needs it more because there's a lot of guys who kind of need it to further their storyline. I can't think of any women, even if some return, that it would make more sense for. Like Tiffany just makes it's like the perfect candidate where it's like, I hate to say you're going into the match like, yo, you know she's gonna win it, but I still want to watch the match because her gymnastics background, plus her skill set, plus the ladders, plus the stakes, plus the fact
Plus
that
the other women.
plus the
It's
fact
just
that the women are starting to hit their stride again because
yeah.
you have more women that are less botchy. Like you have more women now that are experienced, that are athletic, that can take bumps, that can deal with like you can hit them without them getting hurt now. Which like okay,
Hmm.
and then even like you can get a returning Alexa Bliss, you can get a returning Carmella. You can do a lot with that history of like, hey, Carmella's won it what twice
Hmm.
type of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then you use that to skyrocket Tiffany into again, you need a new Charlotte Flair in a lot of ways. Like you need to do with her what you were supposed to do with Mandy. Because Mandy was supposed to be the next one. And then that whole thing happened. But I think Tiffany again is the perfect heel in all the women that like you wanted, but she's also the perfect blend of athleticism, the look,
I
the
was
mic skills, the
yes.
character. She has the perfect blend, and she's just gonna keep getting better.
And
So
on
she's like
top
this. She's
and
like the
on top of
Charlotte that
that,
I
she's
don't want to hate.
already yeah, and
Yeah,
on top of that, she's already like the hot one. You
yeah,
know, like she's extremely hot and
yeah.
literally and figuratively. Like, but it's so funny because her growth, you already seen it when NXT, you know, had made her champion and she
Mm-hmm.
went on her run there. And I was saying it on the show earlier, but I'm like, she's not one of those ditzy dingy blondes.
Yeah.
She's a smart bitch and she's a bad bitch and she's an expensive bitch and she's a pretty bitch and she will talk her shit and she could also fight. Oh, and she also does gymnastics. And it's just like what she's a total package all on her
Yeah,
own.
she's
And
the
she could
heel
talk
that
on
you
the mic, you
yeah,
know,
she's the
like
heel that you want to hate, but you can't help but respect.
right.
It's like there's not a there's the only hole in her game, so to speak, is that she's inexperienced. Like that's it. That's the crazy part. And it's like you see her skill set getting more vicious. You see her getting more comfortable in the ring. Like that's the only thing I
Mm-hmm.
really want from her is I want more striking. I want more of the explosive moves that I know exist. But it's like
Yeah.
that's gonna come with comfort. That's gonna come with training.
That's
But
gonna
like
come with
it's
time and when she
yeah,
goes through the roster, because you know she's gonna
Yeah.
run through this
yeah,
roster.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, it works best if Bailey pins Naomi, because
yes.
this way Tiffany Stratton goes into the Money in the Bank match not having lost it. You know what I'm saying, to Bailey, so she's still
Mm-hmm,
looking strong. It's like, look,
True.
I didn't win the title, but I wasn't pinned, so I didn't
mm-hmm,
really lose.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If that's the way they have to do it. If they do it any other way, it doesn't do her justice, and then it doesn't look right when she wins the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
Because I think because of how her character is, having her with the briefcase will elevate not just
Gold.
her, but the briefcase itself because of what she can do with that as a like part of the promo.
And
You know what I'm
she'll
saying?
be smart with that suitcase.
And that's the thing. My only request for her winning is that she breaks the mold of cashing it in early or cashing it into, because I think Carmella cashed it in too late. Like, you have to do it where you let her have a run with it, but you don't do a Damian Priest run. You don't do a Carmella one where it gets oversaturated really bad. Because right now, the beautiful part about it is until Rhea comes back, Tiffany Stratton can go for both titles.
If she wants to.
Because you don't mess up anything per se. Like, do we want Liv to have the title? Sure, that makes sense. But until you do it, if you're doing what we're doing, they're slow burning the Liv to Judgment Day thing. So until that actually pays off, Liv doesn't have to win the title.
Yeah.
So you have ample runway for her to show up on both shows, screw with the other champion. You get to have her have a little tussle with Becky, which we want to see that again. You get to see her have a little tussle with Bayley and really get that growth and experience that is so needed for her to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're on agreement with Bailey on this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Bailey for me too.
Yeah. And we're all in agreement she's pitting Naomi.
Yep.
I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know about that one. I just know that I Bailey would be my pick.
Yeah.
I don't know how the ending can go.
Yeah. The next one's okay, we lost Jay.
Uh-oh.
The next is Damian Priest versus Jey Uso.
Damian Priest versus Darius. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. Well, I know you said how you felt earlier, Jay, about how this match is gonna go and what it's gonna lead to. So I could totally see that. I definitely am gonna go with Damian Priest because he's not losing this title just yet, and he shouldn't. We've all been waiting for him to be champion, so I don't think it would be a good idea to make him into a transitional champion, especially after crowning him the way that they did. Yeah, so Damian Priest, with also the possibility of, as you guys predicted, Jacob Fatu could possibly show up instead for this match, as opposed to where one would usually expect him, and that would be with Tama Tonga and Solo. So, yeah.
What she said. I said all I needed to say earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damian Priest, but like not by pinfall or submission, just no contest. Disqualification, however you want to explain that.
Yeah. This match doesn't even have stipulations anyway.
Yeah, like it's a regular behind match.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like they're gonna rule it no contest, or it's gonna be a situation where like Jay wins, but it's no disqualification type situation. Even though I feel like they stopped doing that a while ago, they just rule it no contest.
Yeah,
which I like better actually, because I hated that whole like, oh, he won by disqualification. Like, no, he didn't. Homeboy got punched in the face. Oh, I won because I got punched in the face. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So are we all in agreement? Priest is keeping that belt. We've all been waiting for him to win that belt for mad long, and cash in that freaking Money in the Bank suitcase. So there ain't no way we're gonna be rooting against him now.
Not to mention, like, he ain't even go to Puerto Rico yet. Like, they ain't even go back to Puerto Rico. Let the man go back to Puerto Rico. You know what? Like I said, let him go to the Bronx. Let him do all that, because like we need to film all that. Y'all need to
do the Puerto Rican parade.
Yeah, you got
parade again.
Like I said, the Puerto Rican Day Parade is coming up in the summertime. Like, he's not losing it until after that Puerto Rican Day Parade. You know this.
Nope. Yeah. Exactly. Like I said,
there's no way they're gonna give up that opportunity of Homeboy probably with Bad Bunny somewhere sprinkled in there somewhere, holding the World Heavyweight title on New York national media, and being interviewed as probably like the what do they call it, the Grand Master or Grand Maestro or whatever of like the Puerto Rican Day Parade or something like that.
Yeah,
with the title front and center. on national media, probably followed by another Middle Eastern conflict or something.
And the new title, too.
The new world,
yeah.
and it's not the company title, it's the other title, or the people's title, or however you want to spin it.
Yeah, so it's like they're like showing it off, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
okay, so that's what? How many we agree on already? Like 3, 4.
everything, all of them.
All of them.
Look at us.
Like I told you, this
pay-per-view
is pretty chalk. Like this pay-per-view is pretty chalk at this point.
Yeah. And the last one pretty much is the same thing. It's Cody Rhodes and AJ.
Cody.
It's gonna be Cody, but like I feel like
Cody crybabies are gonna fucking riot if he doesn't keep this belt.
It's not even that, but it's like AJ at this point, like, yeah, everybody wants AJ to have another run, and we all know that this is like AJ's twilight. But at the same time, it's like I feel like there's too much bullet clubby stuff here that they're hinting at, but they're not doing too much with. That like I got a feeling like there should be a little bit of like Cody, Tama Tonga, and like AJ all kind of crossing paths like backstage or something. Like there should be some of that, and then you got Finn Balor also in the building. Like, fam, we need a little. Yeah, we need a little like a grunt or like a nod of appreciation or something. Yeah, like I need something there.
You talking about mind fucking.
Yeah,
but
you got Luke Gallows and what's his name?
And Carl Anderson just like around places too. Like, come on now. You could be a lot more Bullet Clubby. I get that they're not your faction, but like we can be a lot more Bullet Clubby here, guys. Right. That's my only problem with this whole thing. But yeah, Cody. I think the match is gonna slap, but like I don't care about the match personally. Like I don't care. It's no build, too soon, no real stakes.
I feel like there's something. I feel like there's something that we should be paying attention to with this match, but it's not hitting me yet.
The thing is, they haven't done enough mic work. Like again, tonight was the first time. Like again, the only thing that I saw tonight was they tried to do Too Sweet thing, and AJ slapped him the way The Rock did. So it's like it's becoming a thing that people still don't respect Cody, even though he's a champion. Especially the older guys, so they keep slapping him in the face. Not even hitting him, but slapping him in the face. And I think, because I've heard somebody say it, and I'm like, I know he doesn't want to do it, but it's almost too perfect. This kind of needs to lead to like a Cody heel champion turn. Like a turn heel while he's still champion. And
it's too soon.
I'm not saying that it has to happen now, but you need a little bit of that. Like Cody needs to drop the whole Mr. America thing. Like we need Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like we need Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Captain America, where like Homeboy was curb stomping people's skulls in, not Steve Rogers. We need the other guy.
And dye his hair dark again.
Yes, like I need Cody to like come one day and just dye his hair black.
I think that'll happen.
Matt mentioned that to me earlier.
Yeah,
that shit would be crazy.
I think that'll happen, but probably I will say the moment he loses it, because it's like somebody, I can't remember who it was. They were like, okay, so now that Cody won it and that story's finished, it's like now you hear the fans about like Roman. So it's like now is there a portion of the fan base going to turn on Cody because he finished the storyline? And now we have no more Roman. Like, where are we heading towards now? Like, do we see a Cody heel turn in the future? And I'm like, I could see it because what else can you do with that, man? Like, really, what else can you do?
But again, I think you almost need like I hate to keep using superhero references, but you need a Venom Cody. Like, he's not heel.
Yeah.
He's not heel. But he's not this bubblegum babyface either. Where he's like, at this point, he's like, all right, we get it. I beat Roman. Can we stop acknowledging Roman now? I'm the WWE champion. This is my show. This is my company.
Right.
Like, I need that Cody to be like, okay, guys, we get it. spotlight's on me. And I'm tired of people in the back disrespecting me. So, like, if you want some, come get some. And it's like, some fans are going to like it. Some fans are not going to like it. Like, you need that kind of, like, you need to give Cody a little bit of the edge. And, like, you saw it a little bit with The Rock. You saw it a little bit with Roman. But they had to play him as the uber babyface because they had to push the whole, he's Dusty's son. And Dusty was the all-American American. Cool. Like you said, that story's done. We need 2024 Cody Rhodes. This isn't about Dusty anymore. We finished that. This isn't about the suits, and we finished that. I need Cody to pull up the way he pulled up when he came back from the injury with just like that pullover hoodie and some sweatpants and was just out here G-slapping people. Like, forget all that pomp and circumstance. Forget all this suits and stuff. We about that action or what? Like, we trying to do it or not? I'm tired of y'all niggas. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's all these older guys literally slapping Cody in the face. Like, what he did means nothing and has earned him no respect. So
That's
he has
the second legend who slapped him in the face. I said it in my watch along. I was like, Cody just got slapped by another grown ass wrestler for the second time
like
this year.
How many times you gonna let a grown ass man open face slap you? Like, before I start, like, I low key almost want Cody to hit somebody with the stomp. As like he does like the crossroads a couple of times. And people are like, okay, Cody, this is a little much. And then he hits someone with the stomp and like smiles at the camera. And then wins it that way. Where it's like, it's a little bit of that, like, yeah, fuck you.
He does that thing.
Yeah. Where it's like
this.
Where it's like, you start to see him become, I hate to say it, but more like the final boss. So that by the time the final boss comes back, Cody is almost transitioned into his own version of the final boss. Where it's like, ain't no other grown man gonna slap me again. Where that's when the Brock is like, oh, don't break my heart again. Cody's like, yeah, fuck you and your heart. This is my company. Like, that's the Cody that I need. I need that. Like, I don't need him to be healed, but I need y'all to stop fucking playing on Cody's name right now. And I need Cody to be like, y'all niggas need to stop playing on my motherfucking name. Like, I hate to say it, I need him to be more like his wife. I need a little bit of his wife to come out because he did a little bit of it. And I'm like, all right now. Listen, if you're the honorary black champion, I need you to start acting like it. Like, you need to stop letting these grown behind white boys like slap up on you like that. We not appreciating that. We all love AJ, but ain't no other man gonna slap me in the face like that. Too sweet or not, like, it's not too sweet no more. Like, shit ain't kosher no more. Like, I need Cody that was out here smashing thrones. Like, I need that Cody back. I need indie god before indie god Cody to come back. Where, listen, before he was Cody Rhodes, he was just Cody, and he was out here about that action. He was not giving a fuck about nothing. Like, I lost everything. I don't give a shit about nothing y'all got to say. Yeah. Then he went and, became EVP or whatever the fuck that title is and got all, buttoned up and clean lace and blonde hair and smiley face. Cool. There's a little demon behind there. I need to see that little demon.
There's
and I know
Nightmare.
I know y'all I need to see the Nightmare in the American Nightmare. Like, I want his gear to go black and white with more black. Like, I don't want the
or just all black.
Yeah, like, I want that. I want straight up Nightmare Cody. I want chairs. I want him taking arms, legs, limbs, all that. Like, to the point where you almost got to question, like, he beat Roman, but did he become Roman? Like, the early Roman was just out here just taking people's body parts and stacking bodies. Like, bro, Roman was annoying because it's like, yo, I know you're gonna win this match, but you're winning it in the most disrespectful way, and it's clean. Because it's like, yeah, he's a heel, but he's also, all he's doing is winning. That's what I need from Cody. Like, we've done the whole bubblegum tour. We get it. We've done the. I feel like for him, he needs to be like, I'm I'm tired of the whole bubblegum tour. Like, I'm that guy. I need you to come out in shades. Like he was doing earlier today. When you see him at press conferences, that's the Cody I like, where it's like he's, hey, you know, everybody, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody says something like, there's a trigger, like, yo, y'all, watch out now. Like, y'all disrespecting my name real quick. And he's
fuck
out here.
Around and find out.
Yeah, like, I need to fuck around and find out, Cody. Like, all right, y'all gonna play with me? All right, I'm gonna take your knee. Like, I need him to just, like, slam somebody's knee against, like, the corner post or something. And then get me a chair and just light somebody's knee up. Like, I need that kind of, like, I hate to say, I need cerebral assassin Cody. Like, I need that. I need a little more of that. Because at the end of the day, like, again, we had the whole bubblegum run. We had the Kofi Mania run. I don't need Kofi. Like, we don't need him to be Kofi. We need him to be Cody. That's all I'm saying.
Cody.
Yeah, like, nah, scratch the American part. Like, we need Nightmare. Like, Nightmare Factory Cody.
Yeah.
My rant's over. I'm sick of the foolishness. It's only been 2 weeks and I'm sick. I'm sick of the disrespect. I'm sick of everywhere I go. Not for nothing. I miss my tribal chief. I'm like, this nigga wouldn't have came back for 3 months anyway. What do you would have missed him anyway if he had the title?
Well, I don't care what you say. I'm one of those people. I miss my damn tribal chief. Y'all know y'all fucking miss it too.
I don't miss
it too. Yes,
what is there to miss? Guys, what is there to miss?
The great segments
of him not being there and Paul Heyman being on the phone with him for 6 months.
I'm talking about the Uzi years and with the bloodline when the bloodline was the bloodline, not this bloodline.
That was cute. It literally was Jay being about that action, much the way Tama Tonga is. Again, think about it this way. They're doing it, but y'all just don't like the people that they're doing it because literally Tama Tonga is what Jay was when he became the right-hand man.
No, I know. And it's like basically history repeating itself all over again.
But everybody don't like the fact that the players are different. And it's like, no, this
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either. I like it.
I like it too.
We all knew it was gonna evolve into this anyway once Roman did lose.
But this is what I mean.
I also wasn't expecting Roman to lose.
Because here was the thing. It's kind of your whole theory with Cross, where it was like Cross took everything from people. Cross still hasn't touched Cody, which I think should happen, by the way. I do think that should happen, but they're on Raw, so they're not going to really do that right now.
Not yet.
But my thing is again, I need Nightmare Factory Cody to just like slowly descend. Like it's almost like I want that title to almost seem like the Iron Throne, where it's like you're great, you have great intentions until you take the throne and the throne itself poisons you and turns you into the worst version of yourself. And it's not until after you lose the title that you kind of come back to your senses, which is why, again, Roman being a babyface would then make sense. Because then now that he doesn't have the title, now that he sees the damage that he's done to his family, now he's on a redemption arc to not only reclaim the tribal chief thing, but to fix his broken family. But what Roman, because again, the story then continues, because what Roman doesn't realize is in relinquishing that to Cody, he turned Cody, and it proves Jimmy right, because Jimmy was like, I didn't want Jay to win it because I didn't want it to poison you. And for it to then poison Cody, it's like Jimmy coming back like, bro, I told you, like, that's why I didn't want you to do that, because look at what it did to Cody. And then Cody, again, you have this like almost like Venom like Cody, where Cody's like, yo, fuck you, bro. Like, where the fuck have you been?
Right.
Like, what the fuck was you? You've been out here being a damn court jester this whole time, getting your face kicked in by your family, talking about no yeet because you can't even come up with an original damn catchphrase. Like, you're the fucking punchline, and you're gonna tell me that I become something evil? Like, bro, you become a joke. You were supposed to be a star.
Not having it.
See, I can't be the one to cut it. I'm feel bad because I would end up cutting the meanest promo on Jimmy on Face of the Planet, where people be like, God damn, this wasn't in the script, sir.
Stop on the bingo card.
Stop it, sir. He's already dead. But you get what I'm saying? Like I need
Yeah.
that Cody. Like I'm tired of the smiles and like if anything, I truly need Homelander Cody. That's probably the best way I can describe. I need Homelander Cody.
Yeah. Or
Homelander Cody.
or Homelander Cody. That's a
That's
good
probably the
reference.
best. Yeah, that's the best reference. Where it's
Or like maybe where it's the title, having the title and keeping the title slowly descends him into madness
yeah,
almost. Makes him vulnerable to possibly lose it in the future. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like, because
and,
nobody said anything about Cody having a lengthy title reign. They just
no,
wanted him to
and I've
finish the
always said
story.
that. I was like, you don't. Cody's whole purpose of ascending, at least this title reign, was about getting the title. It was never about keeping it. It was about proving he could be the champion. As long as he proves that he can be the champion, him losing it doesn't take away from the fact that one, he beat all the odds. Two, he had enough of a reign where he looks like a champion. So whatever you do with him after that, and if you give him multiple title runs, the first one has its purpose. The second one, to me, is going to be more interesting.
Yeah.
Because at that point, what is Cody? Like, what Cody's not going to be the same guy that he was when he was chasing Roman. What is he now? Like, what is the title done to Cody? And that's what I want to see. And I'm like, no, you have to kind of, and I get it. He's the merch seller. He's the top guy and blah, blah, blah. The Rock was also the top guy being an absolute douche canoe. So being the top guy doesn't mean you have to be nice. Doesn't mean you have to be good. It just means you have to put butts in seats. And no one's going to stop singing Cody's song if he starts busting a couple of heads, especially if it's the right ones. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. You can crack a couple of skulls, break a couple of ribs, injure a couple of people, tear a couple of ACLs. People are still going to love you because we love carnage. All people want is for Cody not to become, like, what is it, 2018, 2017 Roman Reigns.
That's what people are afraid of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You make him evil early. you make him embrace that. That, like, hey, you guys are now thanking Roman. Yeah, he made the title great, but the title is great now because I still have it. And you let the crowd, in a lot of ways, decide what they're going to do with Cody. Because if the crowd turns on Cody, fine, great, fantastic. He's still getting a reaction. If you do the wall, and it's just all booze, you can just have it. You can have it turn into like it's almost like a parody of itself. The way they had the "you suck" thing with Kurt Angle.
With Kurt Angle, yeah.
You could have it be like a parody.
It would be so strange, though. It would be so strange.
Because the funny thing is I feel like people would still do the whoa while booing Cody. Like people would boo him, boo him. And then you would hear whoa, boo.
Right,
and then
right.
But it would turn into something,
You see how fast people screamed Rocky sucks, but then screamed Rocky or, freaking
we love Rocky and blah, blah, blah.
Cody crybabies and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, or instead of saying the whoa, you hear the boo. You hear instead of like boo, boo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they can replace it. Like it works.
And you just have, and again, the thing about it is that I realize this new generation, they love heels because the heels don't care about what people think. Right. And the biggest thing that everybody wants now is not to be liked, but to be respected. Mm-hmm. So at this point, like, I'm talking like Cody brings out sledgehammers, kendo sticks, chairs. Like, he goes full on, like, I want him to almost snap on AJ. Like, he wins and just beats the dog shit out of AJ. Like, I want him to just, like, wear a chair out on AJ and then look at the camera and smile.
It's still too soon. It has to be on the right. I know. It has to be on the.
I'm a sick human.
It would have to be done on the right person, though. It would have to be done on a person that you could actually feel sympathy for. Right now, nobody really feels sympathy for AJ because he's the one technically being the bully.
Right.
But I feel where you're going with that direction with wanting to make Cody a heel because he definitely has that in him for sure.
He's a cocky bastard. Like, again, at the end of the day, as much as he has the good boy thing, the good boy thing comes off very, very cocky and condescending. And I hate to say it, it comes off as the architect Seth Rollins cocky. Mm-hmm. Not maniacal as Seth Rollins, but cocky. Not to mention, then you also have interwoven into all of this when Seth comes back. If Cody's different than what Seth left him, that gives all the more reason for Seth to go after that title. Because Seth is like, I left you here, and I told he could literally give him the John Cena speech of like, I left this to you, and look at what you've done with it. Like, I gave my body so that you can have this throne, and this is what you do with it.
Yeah.
Then again, I just think I'm sick in the head because Paul no longer balances me out because we don't have the 3 anymore. It's just us 2. So he just lets me go on insane tangents. So I think I've just lost it to the point where like I want insanity. I want carnage.
Well, the thing is,
I love it.
now
I'm here for it.
the thing is nowadays is like a lot of like it's become now like a sit and wait. And as you see, like I can try and go in my creative mind, but then I'm being like, bro, I don't even know if they're gonna do that because he probably got some other shit coming down that it's gonna be like, whoa. Like our whole thing was if we saw we were like, okay, we could see Cody not winning because they want Roman to break Hogan's title ring record. Like they were stressing it so much. Like, okay, he's not gonna win it. So like I prepared myself. I prepared myself for Cody not winning, and this and the whole Roman reign going further down and stuff like that. But I was just like, whoa! And the way they did it too, I was like, damn! Like you couldn't be mad. Like you couldn't be mad.
No, not at all.
You know,
and I thought that too, because even when hearing everybody counting 3, I wasn't expecting everybody to count 3 at that moment. Even when Undertaker and all of them came out at the end, and it was like it was like you knew Cody was gonna win, but it still wasn't possible until you heard everyone count 3. And once everybody did, it was like holy shit. Like even I had to look like above my phone where I was like, wow, he really did count 3. Like that's fucking insane. But you couldn't be mad at the way it happened because it's the Undertaker. And the Undertaker's the final say. He's the big dog that still runs that yard. And the only reason why Roman runs that yard is because of Undertaker. So,
yeah. He's the judge at the end of the day. And everybody knows about the court.
Judge, jury, and executioner. All 3, and he's the be all end all, and you couldn't write a better story than that for it to go the way it did.
Yeah, I love how it did it because you had Jimmy come in, you had Jay pretty much cancel him out, then you had Solo come in, and you had John Cena cancel him out, then you have Cena and The Rock have a face off, and like it was
a face off. I never thought I was expecting to see. Like I was not expecting that shit. That night.
I said the same thing. I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, what? And then I see him again doing all this. I'm like, yo, it's reminiscent to like back when they were wrestling at that Mania match. I'm like, wow, like the callbacks. And same thing with Undertaker, another callback. And then you throw it back at Roman, looking with the chair. He has the chair. He looks at Cody, and then he looks at Seth. And then you see like this is the thing people don't get. Like because of the storyline, they brought it back so far back from like 2000 and so when Seth literally broke down the Shield, and you see him, he puts his emotions in, he like mollywops with that damn chair, like give everything. Bah! Like you like, he didn't have to say a word. We all knew what he was thinking. Boom. And you're like, holy cow. Like it was just like I want to go back and watch it, but it's just so much. It's like I could take it because it was a lot. Like those final moments, I was just like stunned and shocking.
Pure storytelling all the way back to like 2012, 2013. Like crazy. And I are now.
Yeah, and I agree. Cody finished his storyline. He doesn't have to have a long reign. His reign can end at SummerSlam and it'll be okay. But the question is to who though? You know what I mean? To who? It can't be to any Joe Schmo. It has to be somebody that deserves it. And the only person I can think of is Gunther.
That could beat Cody.
Wrong show. Hate to say it. There is only
he's on Raw.
Yeah. Like I said, there is only one name. And everybody's talking about it. and everybody's gonna say it.
What about Finn Balor?
LA Knight.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
To dethrone Cody.
I think his time will come.
The man is 40 years old. Don't give me that.
No. Here's the thing. We're not gonna get long title reigns like we got Romans.
Good.
We're gonna get the most we'll probably get now is 6 months.
I feel LA Knight will go more for like Logan Paul, the US title.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think with Logan's appeal, that's why they're giving him a longer reign. But I think again, if you just look at the circle of influence, right? They have LA Knight feud with AJ Styles, win the feud, but AJ Styles gets the title shot. That doesn't make sense. Again, on SmackDown, they just reshuffled the whole deck on SmackDown. Who's at the top of the card? Not a soul. You didn't hear the pop tonight. Literally, the crowd was dead silent. LA Knight's music hits. People damn near falling out like they in a Michael Jackson concert.
Yeah, people lost it. Lost it.
So again, as much as I want LA Knight to be like, oh, see if he can do it with the US title, I'm like, listen, you ain't got nobody to take that title off of Cody right now. And you're not gonna put it on Melo.
No.
I think Melo should take the US title off of Logan. Because
anybody do it, please.
Think about it. Similar skill set to Ricochet. Similar style of Ricochet, so you get to have that banger kind of match. But Melo's mic and personality fits more to the younger generation the way Logan Paul does. So the quips back and forth would be different.
It'll hit.
You know what I'm saying? It'll hit different. And then you putting the title on LA Knight also now gives you the opening, and you're gonna hate me for this, honey, for the possibility, the slight possibility, because I know Triple H likes him as a person, and I hate it, but I feel like it's coming for Logan Paul to win the WWE Championship.
Why would you say something like that? What is with
Paul? You know I'm right.
What is with you people wanting this?
Because again, the biggest knock on Logan is that he can't do a full-time schedule. Now that you've proven you don't need a full-time schedule,
I don't like it.
I can see Logan pursuing that after he loses LA Knight, and then I can see Logan Paul going after. I'm sorry, LA Knight going after Logan Paul to win the title off of him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like it.
But again,
meaning
even if you do that, you can't have Logan pin Cody. You just can't do it.
Oh,
you need a but that's what I'm saying. Who's the guy in between? There isn't a guy in between.
Well, the thing is, you can have a pin him, but like do it dirty, not clean. You know what I'm saying? Breast nothing.
No, I don't think there's any world where you can have LA Knight beat Cody Rhodes.
Oh no! I'm talking about Logan Paul.
But that's my thing. It's in order for that to work, for what you're saying to work, there has to be a in-between guy.
Okay, so the way I look at it is this. The way I look at it is LA Knight takes the belt off of Logan Paul. Logan Paul's like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm going after Cody. I'm not saying soon. I'm saying whenever all this stuff's happening. Logan Paul beats Cody in some sort of way. Either he uses brass knuckles, or there's a third one. It's a triple threat match, and Cody doesn't get pinned, but Logan wins it. You know what I mean? Logan pins that third person, and he has his reign, and he cheats to retain it. But then at one point or another, LA loses the title that he has, and he goes like, "Okay, I beat you once before, and now I'll beat you again. Now I'll beat you for this title." And he has it on his side, and they feud in like, you know what I'm saying, they have a longer feud, not just a one-off, where you're like, oh damn, LA Knight can't win it off the first one. You know what I'm saying? So they have a little bit of a feud before he actually wins the main title off of him. At this point, you have Logan Paul with the main title, showing it off and all that stuff, like he did the U.S. title. Now it's the main title before he loses it to LA Knight. You can do that within a year or so, or less than a year.
Again, it's just a me thing. I don't like the idea of having Logan Paul be the guy to take the title off of Cody. In no way, shape, or form do I feel like, as a wrestling fan, with respect to the wrestling heritage and to the company and to everything that you put into Cody winning the title, that you put it on a social media star.
Right, but you don't do it cleanly. Is what I'm trying to say.
It doesn't matter if it's clean, dirty, filthy, dry cleaned. Doesn't matter. You just don't do that. Like, you just don't do that.
Because the thing is, I like Carmelo, but it's too soon to put it on Carmelo.
No. I'm not saying put it on Melo. I'm saying my biggest thing is the only person that has not only the respectability and the reputability to do that. Who the heck? Oh, where are we from? America.
Oh, we lost it again. We lost it again.
Yeah, he's answering like questions on the bottom in the comment section.
Yeah. Yeah, because apparently whenever I touch the chat, my screen goes black, which is okay. I'm not meant to answer the chat, apparently.
Because I'm looking at the SmackDown roster. Okay, all right. So who like your heels are Shinsuke, Santos, Solo.
You said Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, Solo.
No, yeah, they're on SmackDown. Okay, yeah, Bloodline is still on SmackDown. I'm bugging.
Yeah. SmackDown. Yeah.
I was bugging.
Carmelo. Berto. Angel. And then Apollo Crews is there, and Baron Corbin's on the roster too. Not sure if they're faces or heels yet. So.
But that's exactly my point. Is that you don't have a real heel. You don't have so he's gonna have to drop to someone who's a face. Not to mention, ain't Logan Paul on Monday nights now? No, he was safe because he was a champion. He was safe because he's a champion. My bad.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like LA Knight makes sense. Because you can even start it off as you're just challenging me for my title kind of thing. And then that could even be what the catalyst for Cody to go full blown psychopath to be, is that he does drop the title sooner than he expected to, and he has to then do some soul searching and being like, okay, I made it to the top of the mountain. How did I lose it so fast? Because right now you don't have a primary heel on SmackDown.
No, you don't.
So you have to create one.
Okay.
And the only
Apollo
way to
Crews is there too. We don't know what Apollo's going to be.
Respectfully, Apollo doesn't even enter this conversation.
Here's the other thing. There's now a section called free agents that I'm seeing now.
Mm-hmm.
On the free agents is Omos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar.
We're not doing this again.
I'm just saying.
We're not doing this again.
I'm just saying what I see.
We're not doing this again.
Everybody got the rub from Lesnar.
We're not doing this again.
I'm just saying what I'm just reporting what I see.
Nope. That's the old man's old rifle that backfires all the time. We are not touching that gun. We are not touching that gun. We are not breaking that glass.
No thanks.
What? Yeah. Like, can we not, with the nostalgia pops and the relying on reliable and all that other good stuff? No. Who do we have currently working in the company?
They moved Carlito and they moved the LWO over to Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of happy because you can continue that feud. But here's the problem: Giovanni was moved to SmackDown.
Yeah, Giovanni Vinci, they're gonna put him solo.
That's nice.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like they didn't even get to finish the whole Gunther thing, Gunther and Ludwig thing.
No, they're not gonna finish it. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they won't.
Yeah.
Because you see how far Triple H and Shawn like to take their storytelling.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting how they come back around with that one. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with all of this stuff because it's a lot. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna have a long run into a title run again like Roman for a while.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roster, fam. Like, there's like no heels or any heels of any like real relevance at this point.
Right.
Like, unless you flip Andrade, you can actually flip Andrade if you wanted to. You could flip
but after
Bobby.
what they did though, it makes no sense though.
Yeah, you can flip Bobby if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or if you really want to piss people off, you have Grayson Waller take it off him.
Oh my God, you stop it.
It's insane. It's a little crazy. It's a little insane, but like,
That's a little wild.
Yeah, see, they put all the good heels and possible heels like on Raw.
I mean, you give Santos a title run, but you have to build them though. You know what I'm saying? You have to build them.
No.
Build
But
what?
They wouldn't even put the U.S. title on that man. You really think they're gonna put the world title on that man?
Sometimes you have to build him. So
that is gonna be like really. That's gonna be like a 2-year build. Like that's a 2-year build right there, at least.
The very least.
Because again, the problem that you're gonna have is Santos isn't as intimidating as Santos wants you to think he is. He's a very good worker, very talented, but he's not intimidating.
Right.
Cody is a solid, 6'1", 6'2", about like 210, 215. Santos is 215, maybe 220. Santos is respectfully like 5'10", about $175.
Yeah.
$180.
I would say 180. I'll say $180.
You ain't scaring nobody. You ain't scaring nobody.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Like, even looking at the rosters, I'm like, you lack a certain, like, with everyone being hurt, you lack a certain star potential. Now, here's an idea that's a little in your face and a little stupid that we didn't think about it. There's the red herring of, Cody could drop the title to his mentor.
Randy.
Randy has not had a title reign.
And Randy.
Neither has Kevin.
Randy will end up tying Triple H.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
And then Randy could drop the title to Logan Paul because then Randy has nothing else to prove. Like, hate to say it, but like that's where we're going with the kid. Where we're going with the kid.
Remember,
I will not have this blasphemy.
Tripp's long story. Remember, Nakamura said he wasn't done with Cody.
Oh, he's still not done.
You realize the reclamation project that would have to occur with Nakamura to make
I'm not saying he's going to win it. I'm just saying he might cost him the title.
And again, you realize the reclamation project that would have to happen with Nakamura to make that work, right?
Okay, not in the match. I'm talking about like he interferes in the match.
I know what you're saying.
There has to be no reclamation in it.
But here's the thing. If you are going to have Shinsuke take that kind of shot at Cody and to then cost him the title, the point of that is to elevate Shinsuke, not Cody. So if you do that, you have to be able to elevate Shinsuke to a level where he can take that shot and take the loss. Because Shinsuke can't come out of this ultimate thing of like, hey, I screwed you, I'm going to go back into the darkness, and Cody's going to do nothing. That's going to lead into another feud. And you have to, at that point, then are you just knocking down Cody to the point where like, you have to do this whole build all over again? Like, that's my thing. That's why Shinsuke doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I'm just saying you have that storyline that like was paused. You know what I mean?
again, if this was Shinsuke 10 years ago, I'd love the idea. But if this was Shinsuke fresh out of NXT, chef's kiss. Perfect idea. But he's been so damaged, sir. So severely damaged that he is a gimmick character at best. If we had the intercontinental European title still around, he'd be like your constant fighting for the European title kind of guy at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those, like, he would have to win the US title, make people like him or make people hate him to the point where, like, oh, okay, Shinsuke's like having banger matches. Shinsuke's having all of this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then Shinsuke hits him. It's like, oh my God, Shinsuke's really going to do it. Like, he's really screwing him. Oh my God, I want to see this. Instead of it being Shinsuke takes a shot and we're like, really? Okay, so that's another waste of a feud. And everyone just turns on everyone involved. And we're just like, ugh, and walks away. Because again, the thing is, you have a lot of potential stars in the company, but you don't have any, like, all your bona fides, all your surefires are hurt or gone. With the one linchpin at this point being Cody, who has the equity to both build stars and be a star within his own right. The problem is at some point, you don't want him to be an uber babyface, so you have to kind of give him an antithesis. And the only one that makes sense now thinking about it would be Randy or Kevin. Because those two guys they have the equity and the pedigree to say, like, oh no, we were having fun for a little bit, but like, we want a title shot. Like, they can walk up and request a title shot because, like, bro, we were there for you when you won the title. I want my title shot. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. And they both have the pedigree that'll work. No one else on the roster has the pedigree.
Mm-hmm. Cody, like, I answered your phone call. Give me that title shot now.
Yeah, like, it's one of those, like, again.
Oh, Randy. Sorry, Randy.
Like, Randy's like, yo, bro, like, I picked up the call. Like, you need to pick up your phone now. You get what I'm saying? Like, because again, even when you got a guy like CM Punk being cleared, Raw. You got Drew McIntyre, Raw. You get what I'm saying? Like, all of the, like, linchpin bona fide guys are on Raw to help that show that's going to then go to Netflix. Like, that's why they're there, essentially. Yeah. They're building that brand so that when Netflix gets it, it's nice, shiny, pretty, and ready to go. Cody's on SmackDown because he's Gunther Raw. Like, Cody's on SmackDown because he's enough of a star to keep the brand afloat while they figure out how to build, while they're building new stars and building new stories and all that other good stuff.
Karrion Kross, Raw.
Again, all the heavy hitters are on Raw. So it's again, you have to. This is what I'm saying. Like, to me, I look at the roster, I'm like, yo, I feel like the whole plan was for Cody to turn to a heel. Because they set it up for him a little too perfectly. They lined it up where, like, again, the most competitive guy that he would have a bunch of matches with would be Carmelo Hayes. Or LA Knight or AJ Styles. But again, that's what I'm saying. Ultimately, I think LA Knight makes the most sense.
All very interesting theories.
Yeah. There's a lot to find out. We got so much to wait for and so much to see.
And it's like we gotta wait for everything to happen and transpire first. We could sit here and guess till we're blue in the face, but regardless, there's a PLE happening tomorrow, and we will get those results.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling we're gonna win all of our answers too.
Again, I think this one is pretty.
Yeah, the only one that I can see that they'll probably swerve us with is probably the tag team title match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that'll be the one like, well, if not now, then when?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, I think this PLE is supposed to then build to King and Queen of the Ring, because I think that's really where they're putting their energy at now, because it's new, it's fresh, and now you can put a bunch of up and coming or established up and coming guys, and then you can like that may be how they build out the rest of their main event card is through the King of the Ring, because now you have blood feuds, and then you have whoever the King of the Ring is can challenge whoever you need to challenge.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
It's definitely gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Now I need to go to sleep so I can actually be able to watch it.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
I'll be doing a watch along tomorrow too. Should be fun.
Nice. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Till next time.